arms against Nigeria, and in the southeast, the military contends with similar threats from separatist rebels, indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. From his base in Finland, a self-acclaimed leader of the group, Simon Ekpa, has continued to seize portions of the airwaves to destabilize the country. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, wonders why Nigeria should continue to surrender its airwaves to Simon Ekpa and other criminal elements against the military, and seeks the support of the Ministry of Information and the media to support its operations on the battlefield and put a stop to the antics of Simon Ekpa and other criminal elements.
I always want to bring up this issue of Simon Ekpa. I still don't know why we're not doing anything much about him. We can't allow him get the airspace against us. The country Finland is offering him, is giving him refuge. They shouldn't do that for whatever reason. And we have diplomatic means of going through those things. So I think Minister of Information can do so much.
According to the Chief of Defense Staff, Nigerians must begin to take ownership of what is happening in their country, and in doing so, reignite the spirit of patriotism and nationalism, something he believes the media and the Ministry of Information can help achieve.
We must all agree that this country will survive, and we will all contribute to the success of this country. I think until we do that, if you go to other countries, go to Niger, Chad, Cameroon, our neighbors, if you enter, once you step into their territory, you just talk, they know you're a foreigner. Before you know it, the gendarmes are after you. They don't keep quiet. But it's only in Nigeria, you see our borders, everybody comes in and does what he feels like and goes free.
In response, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, understands the import of the challenge laid bare before him by the military boss. According to him, Nigeria saw it coming, but somehow refused to take decisive actions to nip the security challenges in the bud.
We saw this coming. Everybody knew that this insurgency was coming. It was clear. Every indication that we were going to have this kind of situation was available for us, but we didn't take notice or we didn't act because, based on the information we got. Now we are here.
Idris, however, assured the Chief of Defense Staff that his ministry will provide the soft force required to assist the military win the battle and also win the war.
There is this concept of citizenship that we want to talk about again. We've had issues, we've discussed, for example, the economy, we've discussed politics in this country, we've discussed restructuring and all those things. When have we ever sat down to look at ourselves and define who we are? If you are asked who is a Nigerian, what do you say? How do you expect a Nigerian to behave? What do you think Nigeria should expect from its citizens? What does the citizen of Nigeria expect from his own country?
The Chief of Defense Staff subsequently seeks input from the minister in his quest to rebrand the armed forces and reposition it for better efficiency and make it the pride of all. Omo Bazwai.
This development ought to have happened soon after the war because it was supposed to be part and parcel of the deal. And so long as it didn't happen, that long Nigeria had been groping in the dark. Because there are certain things that you do in life and they facilitate development. The most vibrant people of this country that have the velocity to develop all parts of this country, they are like vectors, are Igbos. Because we are everywhere. Like, you go anywhere in this country, you must find an Igbo man. Don't talk about the globe now, because the globe is replete with Igbos of different professional backgrounds, doing well, not doing havoc to any system or economy they find themselves. So, if Nigeria has delayed the possibility of developing the area that should be breeding these sources and facilitators of development for this long, it is not difficult to understand why Nigeria has been moving like an elephant with a clay of feet. Okay? To the extent that it might come, even if it is so late, mark my word, it might come, because this is a developing story. Something may taste and smell like a bouillon cube, but it may not season food like one. I don't know whether you get my drift. I don't want to call any brand name because I don't want a bill for them. The brand name of a bouillon cube. But bouillon cubes are known for seasoning food. The fact that a particular item is smelling or tasting like one does not necessarily mean that it will season the food. What is my drift here? That it has been passed or it got to third reading or whatever. It has not been harmonized. Let us see how it is harmonized to address the critical issues, and let us see its passage by the president assenting to the bill to make it law. And let us see, after making it law, how actions are put in motion to rapidly address and redress critical areas of deficiencies, and in so doing exercise the spirit of underdevelopment that is ravaging this country in all spheres of its life, because there is inequity that is crying to high heavens for redress, immediate redress. And like it is said, if you hold your victim on ground, you are not likely to go and ease yourself. You will be there with him. And any goat that is lying on the floor is doing so on its own skin. So there is this Newton's third law, that action and reaction are equal and opposite. So whatever inequity that is meted to Igbos, advantageously or inadvertently, it bounces back on Nigeria, willy-nilly. So it is in the collective interest of Nigeria and Nigerians to develop Nigeria. And the case of the Southeast, the Igbos generally, not just even the Southeast, Induka Obegbana that is your chairman is an Igbo man. He's not in the Southeast. Ndudi Elumelu was on the floor the other day announcing that he's a proud Igbo man. He's not in the Southeast. The Igbo people, both in Southeast and in diaspora, they require an equitable treatment to address and redress the years of injustice meted out of sheer ignorance, because you cannot bite your finger and hope to use it to collect vegetable from the pot of soup.